Have you ever felt like a single negative comment can ruin your entire day? Have you ever wondered why a criticism can linger so long in your mind? The strange thing is, we often let others control our emotions without even realizing it. And then we become victims of toxic people without knowing it. But there's a way for you to protect yourself and not let other people's negativity affect you. The secret lies in Stoicism, and today we'll share 12 Stoic strategies to help you protect your peace. In today's video, Wisdom Daily will guide you through how Stoicism can help you handle toxic people and maintain your inner peace. Keep watching to discover the secrets that will make you stronger and more peaceful. Stoic secrets to protect. Your peace dealing with toxic people is something we all face at some point. It can be draining, frustrating, and sometimes it feels like their negativity is taking over our lives. But what if there was a way to protect yourself from their influence and keep your peace intact? Today, we're diving into 12 powerful Stoic strategies to help you maintain calm and mental strength when faced with toxic people. These timeless practices can guide you through even the toughest interactions. Self-awareness. Know your triggers. The first step in dealing with toxic people is understanding yourself. Think about it. When someone says something hurtful or does something that bothers you, what's your immediate reaction? Do you get angry, upset, or defensive? Stoicism teaches us to observe our emotions without reacting impulsively. By practicing self-awareness, you can identify your emotional triggers and learn how to distance yourself from negative reactions. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings, but rather understanding them so they don't control your actions. Example: imagine someone cuts you off in traffic. Instead of getting angry right away, take a deep breath. Ask yourself, why does this bother me so much? Often, our emotional responses are more about our internal state than the actual situation. Viewing negativity as a reflection of others. Have you ever noticed how some people are quick to judge or criticize? Stoicism encourages us to view these harsh words or actions as a reflection of the other person's struggles, not our own worth. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, reminds us that when someone blames us, it often says more about their inner battles than our actions. By shifting our perspective, we no longer absorb the negativity but instead see it for what it truly is, an expression of their issues, not ours. Choosing your response. This is where Stoicism truly shines. We can't control what others say or do, but we can control how we respond. Imagine the calmness of a mountain standing firm against a raging storm. That's how you should aim to be when toxic people try to shake your peace. Stoics teach that responding with patience, understanding, and clarity will keep you steady in any situation. When a toxic person tries to provoke you, remember, you have the power to stay calm and choose your reaction. Example: think of a colleague who always tries to undermine you. Instead of snapping back, take a moment to pause. In that pause, you reclaim your peace and decide the best response, which often isn't reacting at all. Setting boundaries without guilt. Toxic people often thrive when there are no boundaries. One of the most important Stoic strategies is setting clear boundaries. This isn't about being rude or defensive. It's about protecting your mental and emotional space. You have the right to say no and to choose not to engage with negativity. It's essential to establish these boundaries and not feel guilty about it. Example: if a friend constantly vents their negativity and drains your energy, it's okay to say, "I'm here for you, but I can't engage in this conversation right now." Setting these boundaries helps maintain your peace and ensures that you're not drawn into their toxic patterns. The first few Stoic strategies, self-awareness, seeing negativity as a reflection of others, choosing your response, and setting boundaries, are key to keeping your peace when facing toxic people. By understanding these concepts, you can create a solid foundation of mental strength and emotional resilience. Remember, you can't control the actions of others, but you can control how you respond. Stay with us as we explore more Stoic strategies in the next section. We'll dive into forgiveness, emotional stability, and how to navigate toxic interactions with grace and wisdom. When dealing with toxic people, we often feel uncomfortable, frustrated, and may react immediately. But is there a way to look at these situations differently so that we're not affected by criticisms or attacks from the outside? Stoicism, with its powerful principles, can help you understand the motivations of others and how to face criticism without letting it affect you. And Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, has given us valuable advice on this matter. In his Meditations, Marcus Aurelius said that when someone criticizes you or your actions, it does not reflect you, but rather reflects them. This may seem difficult to understand at first, but upon reflection, you'll realize that critics, especially toxic people, often carry unresolved issues. They might be feeling insecure, envious, or simply dealing with pain in their own lives. Example, if a friend constantly criticizes your choices, it may be because they're dissatisfied with their own life and want to drag you down with them. Instead of responding with anger, try to view their actions through the Stoic lens. This is a reflection of them, not of you. Marcus Aurelius not only advises us to understand the motivations of others, but he also emphasizes that we should not let those criticisms affect us. When criticized, instead of feeling angry or upset, we can pause for a moment and think about what the other person is saying. Rather than reacting immediately, you can ask yourself, is there anything in this criticism I can learn from? This is not about excusing their behavior, but about reinforcing our own peace and self-awareness. Imagine you're standing in a heavy rain. Without an umbrella, you may feel cold and uncomfortable. But if you have a raincoat protecting you, you'll feel calm and more comfortable. Similarly, understanding and accepting criticism without reacting will help you maintain peace of mind despite the storms of negativity around you. Practicing Stoic thinking isn't something that can be achieved in just one day. It requires perseverance and daily self-practice. Marcus Aurelius teaches us that inner peace is not something that comes naturally. It is something we must build and protect. Take a few moments every day to reflect on your actions, how you respond to others, and how you can apply Stoic principles to remain calm. Example, after a stressful workday, you can take a few minutes before bed to reflect on situations where you felt hurt or tense. Try to see those situations as an opportunity to strengthen your mental resilience rather than feeling victimized. Marcus Aurelius's Stoic philosophy not only helps us understand and deal with criticism, but also enables us to maintain peace in any situation. By understanding the motivations of others and learning not to react negatively, we can preserve our mental strength and emotional stability. Practicing Stoicism will make you stronger, ensuring that toxic people cannot disturb your peace. Stay tuned to learn more about other Stoic strategies in the next part, where we will explore forgiveness, emotional stability, and how to build a peaceful life. Stoic theory, Marcus Aurelius and deep insights. When facing toxic people, we often find ourselves caught up in negative emotions, frustration, or even anger. But have you ever wondered why you let others affect your emotions? The truth is, when you're not fully aware of your own emotions, it's easy to get sucked into the vortex of negativity. This is exactly when self-awareness becomes a powerful tool to prevent being influenced by the attitudes of others. What is self-awareness, and why is it important? Self-awareness is the ability to understand yourself, your emotions, thoughts, and actions in any given situation. When you are self-aware, you'll know if your emotions are being influenced by others and why you're reacting the way you are. This is an important part of Stoicism, as it helps us avoid reacting impulsively and instead choose a more controlled and rational response. Example, when someone makes you angry, instead of immediately lashing out, self-awareness allows you to pause and think, why does this bother me so much? Where is this feeling coming from? This gives you control over your emotions rather than letting them control you. Self-awareness helps you handle negativity effectively. When you understand your emotions, you won't let the negativity of others affect you. You can learn to spot signs of negativity, such as irritation, anxiety, or sadness, and know how to adjust your emotions. This doesn't mean ignoring injustice or mistreatment from others, but it allows you to maintain calm and clarity in your response. Example: imagine you're dealing with a person who constantly criticizes you unfairly. Without self-awareness, you might feel hurt and react instantly. However, with self-awareness, you stop and ask, is this criticism truly about me, or is it more about their own insecurities? This allows you to choose a calm response instead of being swept up by their negativity. Self-awareness gives you control. When you understand yourself, you gain the ability to choose how you respond to others intentionally. Rather than reacting automatically, you can decide whether to engage or not, whether to stay calm or let your emotions take over. This is an essential skill in Stoicism, which helps you maintain peace and not let others disrupt your inner balance. Picture yourself driving in heavy rain. You can choose to keep your hands firmly on the wheel and focus on the road ahead, despite all the distractions around you. Self-awareness is like the steering wheel that helps you control your emotional path, preventing you from being carried away by the negative influences surrounding you. Self-awareness is not just a tool to help you understand yourself, but also a key to dealing with toxic people and maintaining inner peace. By identifying your emotions and reactions, you can proactively maintain calm and avoid letting others' negativity affect your life. Remember, the true power in Stoicism is the ability to control your emotions and responses. Stay tuned to learn more about other Stoic strategies and how they help you maintain inner peace in the next part. When we face hurt or betrayal, the feeling of resentment can cling to us, like a stain that won't come off. But can we free ourselves from these negative emotions? Stoicism teaches that forgiveness and memory are the keys to doing so. Marcus Aurelius, in his writings, uses powerful imagery, such as stars and black holes, to help us understand these two important elements: forgiveness and memory. Forgiveness is strength, not weakness. Forgiveness is not about softening the injustice someone else has done to you. It is about freeing yourself from the burden of resentment. Marcus Aurelius compares forgiveness to looking up at the night sky and seeing the stars shine brightly. No matter how dark the sky may get, the stars continue to shine, undisturbed by the darkness. Forgiveness does the same for you. It helps keep your soul bright, not clouded by the bitterness of grudges. Example: imagine you're carrying a huge grudge against a friend who has betrayed you. Every time you think about it, you feel angry, and that anger becomes a heavy burden. But if you practice forgiveness, not only do you become lighter toward the other person, but you also free yourself from that weight. Forgiveness allows you to return peace to your heart. Memory. Use it to enhance personal growth. Marcus Aurelius also teaches us that memory can be a powerful tool, much like a black hole in the universe. Painful or negative memories can suck away all of our positive energy, making us feel overwhelmed and unable to escape. However, memory can also be used to learn and grow. Every time you recall something from the past, you have the choice to view it as a failure or as an important lesson that helps you grow. Imagine a black hole in space. It pulls everything around it in, but it's also through this immense gravitational force that celestial objects are formed. Similarly, your memories can act like a black hole. If you're not aware and don't know how to handle them, they can drain your energy. But if you understand how to use them, you can learn from those experiences and create positive change. Forgiveness and memory in Stoicism are not abstract concepts, but practical tools to help you maintain peace of mind. Forgiveness helps you free yourself from resentment and keeps your soul bright, while memory helps you learn from the past to become stronger. Remember, No one can make you suffer forever unless you allow them. By applying these principles in your life, you'll find yourself becoming calmer and stronger in the face of every challenge. Stay tuned for the next part, where we'll share more on how to maintain emotional stability and protect yourself from the negativity of others. When facing toxic people, chaos can easily overwhelm your mind. Their harsh words, negative actions, or constant criticism can make you feel like the whole world is spinning out of control. But there's one thing that Stoicism teaches us. You can remain calm even in the most chaotic situations. And to do that, you need to learn how to control your emotions rather than letting them control you. Don't let others' emotions overwhelm yours. When someone else is creating chaos around you, the first thing you need to do is recognize that their emotions are not yours. Stoicism teaches us that no matter how chaotic the outside world gets, we still have control over our emotions. Toxic people can cause stress and anxiety, but what matters is that you don't let their emotions seep into yours. You can keep your mind calm, like a peaceful beach amidst a big storm. Example: imagine working with a colleague who constantly tries to cause trouble. They may annoy you and distract you, but if you remain calm, you won't let their chaos take over your mind. Instead, you'll continue to work in focus and patience, like a person rowing a boat through waves without being swept away. Create a pause between your emotions and your reactions. One of the biggest secrets to staying calm is creating a pause between your emotions and your reactions. When provoked, instead of reacting instantly, Stoicism encourages you to pause and think before you act. This brief moment allows you to control your emotions, so you aren't dragged into negative conversations or impulsive actions. Picture yourself driving on a rainy day. The rain is pouring heavily, but you're not in a rush. You just keep the wheel steady and adjust your speed appropriately. You don't let the tension or fear take over. You just focus on keeping the wheel steady and moving forward. Similarly, in life, when faced with chaos, create a pause to control your emotions and proceed calmly. See chaos as an opportunity for growth. When you face chaos, Stoicism doesn't encourage you to avoid or run away from it. Instead, it teaches us that these challenging situations are opportunities for growth. Every time you face chaos and maintain calm, you are strengthening yourself. The emotional stability you build through each challenge will become your tool to deal with any difficult situation in the future. Example: think of a tense meeting where everyone is arguing. Instead of joining the debate and letting emotions take over, you could choose to sit back, listen, and respond thoughtfully. Not only does this keep you away from the chaos, but it also makes you a calm and reliable person in others' eyes. Staying calm in chaos is one of the most important lessons that Stoicism teaches. Practicing emotional control and creating a pause in your soul will help you maintain peace, even when faced with negativity. Remember, you can't control other people's actions, but you can fully control how you respond. Once you learn to remain calm in chaotic situations, you'll be stronger, more resilient, and freer in life. Stay tuned as we explore more Stoic strategies and how they can help you maintain peace in every situation. In a world full of toxic people, it can be hard to maintain peace of mind. We may feel exhausted, anxious, and stressed because of the negative impacts from those around us. But there's one thing Stoicism teaches us. To maintain inner peace, you need to know how to set boundaries in your relationships, especially with toxic people. What are personal boundaries? Personal boundaries are clear definitions of what you will and won't tolerate in relationships. Setting boundaries isn't about isolating yourself, but rather protecting your peace from negative influences. Boundaries are how you say no to things that can harm you mentally and emotionally. Without boundaries, you are more likely to be taken advantage of or dragged into negative situations that you can't control. Example: imagine you have a friend who constantly criticizes you unfairly. Without clear boundaries, You might feel like you have to accept the criticism and even feel guilty. However, if you set a strong boundary, you can clearly tell them that you won't tolerate this treatment and that you'll step back from the relationship unless things change. Why are boundaries important? Setting boundaries in toxic relationships is essential for protecting your emotions and mental health. When you don't have boundaries, you're more likely to get caught up in pointless arguments or be dragged into situations you don't want to participate in. Establishing boundaries helps you maintain inner peace, as you know when to step back and refuse to let others hurt you. Imagine you're standing in the middle of a stormy road. Without a protective shield, you'll be hit by wind and rain. But if you have a strong shield, you can stand firm amidst the storm. Boundaries are like that shield, helping you protect yourself from others' attacks. How do you set boundaries? Setting boundaries isn't always easy, especially when you're used to letting others dictate how they treat you. However, it's crucial for maintaining peace of mind. To set boundaries, you need to be clear and firm about what you will and won't accept. This may involve having a direct conversation with someone, or simply changing how you react to them. Example: when a friend constantly calls during your personal time to ask for help, you can gently but firmly say that you need time for yourself and can't accept their request during that time. This doesn't mean rejecting them, but it's setting a limit to protect your privacy and peace. Setting personal boundaries is a vital step in protecting your inner peace in a world full of toxic people. When you know what you will and won't accept, you'll no longer let others' negativity impact your life. Remember, setting boundaries isn't just about protecting yourself from harm, but also about building healthier relationships where you are respected and valued. Stay tuned to learn more about other Stoic strategies that help you protect yourself and maintain peace in life. In a world full of negative energy, it can be difficult to maintain peace of mind. Toxic relationships, stressful situations, or simply the noise and tension around you can leave you feeling drained. However, Stoicism teaches us that we can create a quiet space within ourselves and protect our personal energy from external negativity. Your energy is a precious resource. Every day, we face external influences, but what's important is that we become aware that our energy is a valuable resource. Not everyone or every situation deserves your energy. Stoicism helps you understand that you have the power to choose how you use that energy. When faced with negativity from others, you have the right to keep your energy for yourself instead of getting caught up in pointless arguments. Example: imagine you're like a phone, always needing to be recharged to function effectively. If you give away too much of your energy to things that don't matter, you'll quickly run out of battery. But if you know how to select and protect your energy, you'll always be ready to face life's challenges without feeling drained. Create a space of inner peace. To create a peaceful space within, you need to learn how to stay calm in all situations. When faced with chaos, Stoicism teaches us that we can keep our minds calm. This doesn't mean avoiding chaos, but rather knowing how to respond with patience and control. It's like building a home within your soul where you can find tranquility even when the world outside is noisy and chaotic. Think of your soul as a body of water. When the wind blows, the surface of the water may ripple, but if you allow the water to settle, it becomes calm again. Similarly, when faced with negativity, let your emotions settle before reacting. This helps you maintain peace and protect your energy. Protect your energy by setting boundaries. One of the most effective ways to protect your energy is by setting clear boundaries in relationships and negative situations. Setting boundaries doesn't mean rejecting others, but rather learning to protect yourself from harmful influences. When you know your limits, you won't feel drained every time you interact with toxic people. Example: if a friend constantly talks to you about their negative issues without ever seeking solutions, you can gently but firmly protect yourself by limiting the time you spend with them or encouraging them to find ways to solve the problem rather than just complaining. This not only protects your energy, but also helps you maintain healthy relationships. Managing energy and emotions is an important part of maintaining inner peace. Practicing Stoicism helps you not only protect your personal energy from negativity, but also create a peaceful space within so you can live with patience, calm, and strength. Remember, protecting your energy is a strategy that helps you preserve your peace, not letting external factors distract you. Stay tuned to explore more Stoic strategies that will help you maintain peace in every situation. When you're on your journey, there will be times when you'll face distractions from the outside world. It could be unsolicited advice from others, unwanted criticism, or simply things that are unrelated to the goal you've set for yourself. But Stoicism teaches us one important lesson: stay focused on your personal goals and don't let anyone or anything derail you. So, how can you keep your eyes on the prize without being influenced by others? Clearly, define your goals. The first and most important step is to be clear about your goals. When you're unsure of what you're working toward, it becomes easy to be distracted by the words or actions of others. Stoicism teaches us that a clear goal helps you stay on track and prevents you from being shaken by the negative factors around you. When you have a clear goal, it becomes the guiding light that helps you focus on what truly matters. Example: imagine you're walking through a dense forest, and without a map or directions, it's easy to get lost. But if you have a detailed map, you'll know exactly where to go and won't be tempted by any unnecessary detours. Your goal is like that map, helping you navigate through challenges. Learn to filter out negative influences. Once you've defined your goals, the next step is to learn how to filter out unnecessary distractions. Stoicism encourages us not to let negative words or opinions from others affect our decisions. One of the key Stoic principles is that we cannot control what others say, but we can control how we respond. So, when others try to distract you from your goals, you need to maintain your calm and not let their distractions affect your journey. Think of yourself as a strong bridge over a roaring river. While the river may try to pull you in different directions, the bridge remains firm, undisturbed. Similarly, when others try to distract you, stand firm in your position and don't let yourself be swept away by their current. Focus only on what you can control. One of the most important Stoic principles is focusing on what you can control. External factors, such as others' opinions or unforeseen situations, are things you cannot change. Instead of stressing about these things, direct your energy toward controlling what you can, particularly your emotions and actions. When you focus on the things you can control, you'll find yourself less stressed and better able to maintain your calm. Example: imagine you're competing in a sports match, and there are people cheering or criticizing you from the sidelines. You can't control what they say, but you can control how you play and maintain your spirit throughout the game. All distractions are external, and what matters is that you focus on your goal and how you approach it. Staying focused on your goal is crucial for maintaining peace of mind and achieving success. By clearly defining your goal, filtering out distractions, and focusing on what you can control, you'll be able to stay on track, even in challenging situations. Remember, you can't control other people, but you can control your path. When you know your goal and remain confident, nothing can distract you. Stay tuned to explore more Stoic strategies that will help you stay focused on your goals in difficult situations. When facing toxic people, you might feel isolated and unsure of what to do next. The negativity around you can leave you feeling powerless and uncertain. However, Stoicism not only teaches us how to protect ourselves, but also encourages us to seek support from those with experience to overcome these challenges. Support from experienced people. One of the important lessons from Stoicism is that we don't always have to face difficulties alone. When dealing with toxic people, seeking support from those with experience is a smart strategy. They can offer advice, encouragement, and even a different perspective to help you handle the situation more effectively. Experienced people have likely been through similar situations and understand how to maintain peace of mind without being affected. Example: imagine you're struggling in a toxic relationship with a friend. You might feel stuck and unsure of what to do. However, if you seek support from an experienced friend who has gone through something similar, they could share effective strategies to help you stay calm and make wise decisions. Why seeking support is important. Not everyone can
handle every situation independently.
When dealing with toxic people, seeking support from others can help you avoid mistakes and prevent burnout. Stoicism teaches that you don't need to fight alone. Seeking support is an act of strength because it shows that you recognize the power of connection and learning from others around you. Imagine you're climbing a mountain on your own and feeling exhausted. You might run out of energy and not be able to continue. But if you had a companion, they would help you navigate the tough spots, giving you the motivation to keep going. Support from others is just like that. It not only helps you overcome challenges, but also helps you stay focused on your goals and beliefs. How to seek support wisely. When seeking support, it's important to choose the right people to confide in. Not everyone will have the objectivity and effectiveness to help you see a situation clearly. Seek out people with experience, those who have an insightful perspective and have faced similar challenges. Sometimes hearing from people who share your point of view might provide temporary reassurance, but what matters is finding those who can help you grow and see things more clearly. Example: if you're facing challenges at work, instead of sharing your problems with those who encourage you to avoid or give up, seek advice from those who have succeeded in the field. They can share practical, useful lessons with you. Sometimes just one piece of genuine advice from someone who has been through it is enough to provide you with direction and renewed motivation. Seeking support is one of the most effective ways to cope with toxic people and maintain peace of mind. Stoicism encourages us not only to rely on ourselves, but also to know when to turn to experienced individuals for learning and assistance. When you have solid support, you'll feel more confident in handling tough situations and staying focused on your goals. Stay tuned to explore more Stoic strategies to maintain peace and achieve your goals in life. When facing toxic people or negative situations, it's easy to fall into the trap of negative thinking. Have you ever felt like a small criticism could ruin your entire day? Or noticed how when you focus too much on the negative, everything around you starts to feel worse? In reality, negative thoughts can be one of the biggest barriers that prevent us from moving forward. However, Stoicism provides powerful tools to help you control and change your mindset, so you're not affected by criticism or external circumstances. Don't let emotions control you. When a negative event happens, our immediate reaction is often to feel sad, angry, or disappointed. However, Stoicism teaches us that emotions aren't something we can immediately control, but how we respond to those emotions is entirely in our hands. Marcus Aurelius, one of the founding figures of Stoicism, once said, "You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond to it." Controlling negative thoughts doesn't mean ignoring your feelings, but rather learning how to view and evaluate them with calmness and reason. Example: imagine you receive criticism from a colleague about the work you've done. Instead of letting that criticism make you feel inadequate or angry, you can see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Ask yourself, is there something I can improve? Could this criticism help me become better? By changing your perspective, you won't be overwhelmed by negative thoughts. Practice positivity and focus on solutions. Instead of dwelling on negative thoughts, Stoicism encourages us to focus on solutions. When faced with difficulties, rather than just looking at the problem, find ways to improve the situation. One of Stoicism's principles is that not every negative event has to be a bad thing. What's important is what you learn from it and how you can improve. This perspective not only helps you avoid negativity, but also builds patience and resilience in the face of life's challenges. Imagine you're facing a large wall, and it seems impossible to get over. You might feel discouraged.
But if you look closely, you might see a small door on the side of the wall. Instead of trying to fight the wall, look for another way around it.
Every challenge in life is like this. There's always a solution. You just need to change your perspective and find it. Face change and accept it. Change is inevitable, but sometimes we struggle to accept it, especially when those changes make us uncomfortable. However, Stoicism teaches us that instead of resisting change, we should embrace it as part of the natural process. When you accept that everything can change and that you can't control everything, you'll feel more at ease when facing challenges. Example. Let's say you're going through a major change at work, like a shift in colleagues or a new working style. Instead of feeling anxious and resisting the change, view it as an opportunity to learn and grow. When you change your approach, you'll not only overcome the change, but also enrich your experiences and career. Controlling negative thoughts is a crucial skill in Stoicism and a way to maintain peace in life. Instead of letting criticism or negative circumstances shake you, focus on solutions and develop a positive attitude. As Marcus Aurelius taught us, we cannot change what happens to us, but we can fully control how we respond to it. When you apply this principle, you'll find strength and tranquility in every situation. Stay tuned to explore more Stoic strategies that will help you maintain peace and develop yourself in challenging circumstances. When facing toxic people, we often feel a strong urge to protect ourselves by reacting. These arguments, especially with those who have a negative attitude, can easily turn into endless debates. However, Stoicism teaches us that the approach we should take is not to get involved in pointless arguments, but to look for proactive and positive solutions to handle the situation. What is a proactive solution? A proactive solution in Stoicism is not reacting to negativity, but maintaining calm and choosing the right actions. This means you don't let toxic people pull you into a mental battle. Instead, you control your emotions and respond calmly. In fact, Stoicism teaches us that we can only control ourselves and how we react, not the people around us. Example. Imagine you're in a meeting and someone in the group is continuously criticizing every idea you propose. Instead of reacting angrily or feeling frustrated, you can stay calm, listen, and respond gently, or simply not let their criticism affect you. This is a proactive solution. You choose to remain calm and not let the argument drag on. No need to participate in the argument. When facing toxic people, often the argument is a meaningless game where neither party achieves anything. Stoicism teaches that instead of getting involved in fruitless debates, choose to step away from them. Remember, you don't need to win every confrontation. Maintaining peace of mind is more important than winning an argument. Imagine you're driving down a quiet road and another car is constantly trying to cut you off. You can get angry and follow that car to argue, but in the end, all you'll do is add stress to your journey. Instead, you can calmly continue on your way without letting the other car affect your peace. Similarly, in life, you have the right to maintain your calm and not get drawn into unnecessary arguments. Creating a peaceful space for yourself. Once you understand that a proactive solution is choosing not to engage in arguments, the next step is to create a peaceful space for yourself. This doesn't just mean distancing yourself from toxic people, but also maintaining your mental and emotional health. Seek activities that help you relax, recharge, and keep your mind unaffected by negativity from the outside. Example: if you feel tired and stressed, one of the best ways to recover is to spend time doing things you enjoy or simply take a relaxing afternoon. This will help you maintain calm and be ready to face any challenges without being sucked into negativity. A proactive solution in Stoicism is not engaging in arguments, but keeping yourself calm and focusing on what you can control. Remember, you can't change others, but you can fully control how you react to them. By applying these Stoic principles, you will not only maintain inner peace, but also face life's challenges in a stronger and more composed way. Stay tuned to explore more Stoic strategies that will help you maintain peace in difficult situations. In our life, we sometimes encounter toxic or negative people, and our usual reaction is to protect ourselves by responding. However, in Stoicism, there is a powerful tool that few consider but is incredibly effective: silence. In fact, sometimes silence is the best way to maintain peace and protect your mind from the negativity of others without needing to react. The power of silence. Silence is not weakness or avoidance. It is a powerful way to maintain calm in tense situations. When facing negativity or criticism, remaining silent helps you keep your composure and prevents negative emotions from controlling your actions. Stoicism teaches that we cannot control what happens to us, but we can control how we react to it. And sometimes, silence is the strongest response. Example: imagine you're in a meeting and someone in the group is constantly criticizing every idea you propose. Instead of reacting angrily or feeling frustrated, you can stay calm, listen, and respond gently, or simply not let their criticism affect you. This is the power of silence. You choose to remain calm and not let the argument drag on. Silence is not retreating. Many people might think that silence is retreating, a way of avoiding the issue. But in Stoicism, silence is proactive. When you remain silent in the face of negativity, you are not accepting or agreeing with what's happening. You are simply not letting it affect you. Silence allows you to maintain control over yourself without getting involved in useless arguments or conflict. Imagine you're walking down your path, and others around you are trying to pull you off course with their criticisms and negativity. Instead of stopping and arguing with them, you just continue walking, unaffected. This is the power of silence. You don't need to react, you just keep going on your path. Silence makes you stronger. Silence not only helps protect you from negativity, but it also trains patience and self-control. When you don't react immediately, you give yourself time to think and respond thoughtfully. This helps you avoid hasty decisions driven by emotions. Moreover, silence helps you avoid creating more conflict and keeps your relationships with others harmonious. Example: if someone says something hurtful to you, instead of reacting immediately and potentially causing harm in return, you can choose silence and take some time to think about the situation. You may realize that their words are not a reflection of you, but rather a manifestation of their own internal issues. Silence gives you time to see things from a different perspective and not let yourself get caught in negative emotions. Silence is a powerful tool in Stoicism that helps you maintain peace when facing toxic people. Instead of reacting immediately, you choose silence and prevent negativity from affecting you. Silence is not weakness, it is a proactive strength. When you apply this silence, you will not only protect your inner peace, but also develop patience and the ability to face life's challenges. Stay tuned to explore more Stoic strategies that will help you maintain peace in life. In this video, we've explored powerful Stoic strategies to protect your inner peace when dealing with toxic people. From recognizing and adjusting negative thoughts to using the power of silence and proactive solutions, all of these tools help you maintain calm and prevent external influences from disturbing your inner peace. Remember, peace isn't something you find outside in the world, but rather a choice and practice within yourself. Every time you face negativity, remember, you have the power to choose how you respond, and you can protect your mind using Stoic principles. We cannot control what others do, but we can absolutely control how we react. This is the key to living a life of autonomy and inner peace. If you found this video helpful and want to discover more strategies to live a stronger, more peaceful life, don't forget to hit subscribe so you won't miss out on future videos from Wisdom Daily. And if you have any thoughts or questions about Stoicism and how to apply it to your life, leave a comment below. We'd love to hear your perspective. Join us at Wisdom Daily, and together, let's move closer every day to a life of peace and self-mastery.